Welcome to British Voice ASMR. I'm not in England and I'm not in Scotland. For a change, I'm actually in Northern Ireland today, so still in the United Kingdom. But I had to come over on a ferry today. Last time I was in Northern Ireland doing a hotel room tour. If you've seen it, you'll know why I'm laughing. Last time I was in Northern Ireland doing a hotel room tour, I was in a very bizarre little hotel which had creepy dolls in the bedroom, and maybe have a little look back. It was an unusual one. I'm not going to be staying there again, but it was interesting. It was an interesting hotel. The guy that ran the place, he was absolutely lovely. A little bit bonkers, but absolutely lovely. But there were creepy dolls in the bedroom, man. Who puts creepy dolls in a bedroom? So today I've gone much more conventional. I am in Belfast city centre. I am in the Leonardo hotel. I think I have stayed here before, actually. I think I probably did a hotel room tour here around Christmas time last year. It was piddling it down, but I could see Christmas lights out of my room, which was nice. Today, out of my room, I've just got another hotel on the other side of the street. This netting curtain, so I can't actually see anything nice out of here. Let's just move the netting curtain out of the way. Yeah, there's a like the main street there. That's all under construction. McCrory, it says on there. And this hotel opposite looks quite nice. The Fitzwilliam Hotel, so it sounds quite nice as well. It's a good name, the Fitzwilliam Hotel. But you'll be pleased to find out that I'm actually very pleased with this hotel room. So let me give you a little view. So we have a large bed here with 4 pillows. I have not yet lain on there, so I've not done the bed test. We've got some bedside lamps, some nice decoration there, beautiful pictures on the walls. They have a little settee, a table, a television, chair, desk, the whole shebang. So it's rather pleasant. It's rather pleasant. I'm quite happy with it. I'll give you a more thorough tour. We'll talk about nonsense, as always. And if you're watching this to relax, I hope you find it very relaxing. The camera I'm filming on, you will notice it's a different camera again. So the last one I filmed on was on the Sony FX2, which is a new camera that Sony have released. This is not a camera designed for video, but it is a camera that still does video incredibly well. I've turned down the settings quite a lot because my internet at my new house in Durham is woeful. It is terribly slow. And the last 2 videos that I have done, that I've recorded in 10-bit 422, 50 frames a second, I think, it was taking, it took them like 2 days each to upload to YouTube. So this time I have dumbed down all my settings. And in fairness, most people are watching this on a computer screen or a phone screen. So you don't it's absolutely pointless anyway using the maximum settings. They're designed for film, something to be watched on the cinema screen, which I don't think is going to be the case with my ASMR videos. So the camera, what was I talking about? Here you go, I'll point to it so you can see. This is the A7CR. The C stands for compact. The R stands for resolution, because this is a very high resolution camera. The A stands for alpha. That's just what Sony's kind of top dog mirrorless system is called. So it's the Alpha 7 compact resolution. Compact because obviously it's small, even though it is a full frame 61 megapixel sensor in it. It's a wonderful, wonderful camera for photos. Wonderful. And hopefully, as you can see, it's not too bad for video as well. I'm using a fairly old lens. This is a little Zeiss. I want to turn it on the side so you can see the Zeiss label, but I can't, obviously, because if I turn it that way, you're not going to be able to see it. You know how physics work. So yeah, it's a Zeiss 35mm f2.8, so it's not as wide as I would normally like to use for a hotel room tour. So it's it's a bit more kind of zoomed in. You won't see quite so much of a wide angle as most people would like to see, I suppose, to make the room look bigger and more spacious. And I put the stabilisation on as well, which crops in even further. So quite cropped in, but I left the rest of my gear in the car ready for tomorrow. And my other options here were a 70 to 200mm f4, which is a zoom lens. So totally inappropriate for this. And the other option, so that's just a teleconverter that makes that lens even longer. And that is a 55mm Zeiss 1.8. It is, honestly, so this lens, this is one of my all-time favourite lenses. But it's a portrait lens, really, so it would be like there instead of there, if that makes sense. It's a lovely lens though, beautiful. The colours pop from it. It's got that certain je ne sais quoi that some lenses have. Beautiful. Okay, where shall we start? Shall we start with the bed test? Let's give it a whiz. And oh yeah. It's quite firm. It's quite firm. Oh, that's comfortable. I don't want to get up. Oh, I'm ready for bed. It's been a long day today. I had a monster drive from the northeast of England to the very, very western part of Scotland, near Stranraer, to catch the ferry. So I spent about 4.5 hours on the road, and then the ferry was much quicker than normal. I used to go from Liverpool, and it's like a 8-hour ferry journey from Liverpool. But from Stranraer, or from Cairnryan it's called, it's only a couple of hours across the sea, so I made it here. That's an optical illusion. It's actually flat, but it does not look flat. Ooh, I like that. I'm looking at that thinking, wouldn't that look great somewhere in my house? No idea where. But yeah, that's a cool optical illusion because it looks 3D, and it's not. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. It's kind of a coppery colour, or more like a rose goldy type colour, really. I And that picture up there, I don't know where that is, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it is somewhere in Belfast. If you happen to know where this is, let me know. That's a Royal Mail, so that's a Royal Mail building. And it looks like it is Lagan Legacy Museum. I don't know. If you know where that is in Northern Ireland, let me know. I assume it's in Belfast somewhere. I haven't actually seen much of Belfast, to be honest. Been here a few times over the years, but normally it's really rainy, and so it doesn't really make you want to go out and do anything. That's quite a nice picture as well. I've got the photo with the reflection in the water, and then the way they've edited it is just monochrome, but they've added that kind of pinky tinge to the water. It's quite striking. Similar to that, I suppose, very monochrome, but then they've given a kind of eerie greenish tint to the colourful bits. It's, yeah, very striking, very distinctive. And again, I assume this is somewhere in Belfast. I have no idea where it is, but I assume it's somewhere in Belfast. I really need to get out and see more of Belfast, to be honest. So on this side, we have, again, that nice, similar 3D effect panelling. We have, as always, my trusty headphones. They go everywhere with me, and they always will. Well, I say they always will, until the day they actually finally fall apart, and then I end up getting some new ones. Yeah, I've not seen much of Belfast, so no idea where that is, although it's a dock city, very famous for its shipbuilding industry in the past. This is where the Titanic was made. Sadly, they didn't make it iceberg proof, but I don't think anyone made ships iceberg proof back then. They probably still don't today. But yeah, very, very famous shipbuilding town. I think they do a lot of aviation here as well. I'm sure there's a lot of kind of manufacturing of bits that go into planes. I want to say Lockheed Martin or Boeing or someone. I don't really know. I'm speculating. But I'm fairly certain that someone that makes lots of planes makes them here. I'm sure I heard something in the news about Belfast being in a good place with all the additional defence spending that Europe is going to be doing in the near future. So, yeah, but yeah, not seen much of the place. It's always wet. My first wife was Northern Irish, from a little town called Ballynahinch. We only went there once to see her mother and sister. Her sister has moved elsewhere now, I think, and she did not have a good relationship with her mother, which was a shame, but for very good reason. Yes. So, yeah, my experience of Northern Ireland hasn't been phenomenal. We did come and visit Belfast and had a little walk around, but this is like 25 years ago now, so... Well, no, not 25, 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Oh, someone walking past the door. Deciding what they want to wear tomorrow. Yeah. But I'm right in the heart of it today. Like, this is absolutely central. There's a beautiful church just opposite. Beautiful. It's got a gorgeous kind of copper spire thing. It's very, very, very pretty. There's the Europa Hotel a couple of doors down, which is a famous old hotel. Yeah, there's a lot of history here. Some of it good, some of it quite troublesome. I mean, they were literally called the Troubles. If you don't know any Northern Irish history, if you like depressing yourself, look into it, because it's fascinating but incredibly tragic at the same time. Lots of mistakes were made on. I think on both sides, to be perfectly honest, but I'm not a scholar on the Troubles, so I shan't speculate too much. I am, however, aware that a lot of bad things happened here. It's a nice, cheerful topic, isn't it? So I have actually sat down here. It is quite comfortable. There was a little stain on the... No, there's a little stain there. I was trying to work out whether it was red wine or maybe poo. Or possibly blood or vomit. Who knows? I'm going to go with red wine. I think that looks like a red wine stain. Possibly chocolate. Or maybe like just Ribena or something. I hope it's not poo. I'm sure it's not poo. I was sitting there before and I was very aware of it, so I'll wash my trousers when I get home just in case it's not a red wine stain. This is not a relaxing video. What am I talking about, honestly? I have my San Pellegrino. It was this or Evian. There was actually some kind of Northern Irish sparkling waters, but they were lightly flavoured and had kind of flavourings and stuff in which, if I'm drinking water, I kind of just want it to be water, really, and none of the bad stuff. Pour myself some kiwi fruit, because I've got a thing for kiwi at the minute. I was in a mango stage not that long ago, and right now I'm in a kiwi stage, so I keep on eating kiwi. I go through these little moments of being obsessed with different bits of food. I had a grape stage that lasted for ages. I ended up buying loads of grapes and for months and months and months. Got myself some Nurofen as well because I'm getting old and I've hurt myself. So I have on my spine, there's a trapped nerve basically. Two of my little discs aren't quite right, I think. And yeah, it's got a trapped nerve in my spine, which means if I move my head to that side, that's about as far as I can go. This side, I can go a bit further. For that side, yeah, that's about as far as I can go. It's agony. It's absolute agony. I need to go back to a chiropractor, I think, and can click me back into place. Yeah, anyway, so I think I'm holding myself a bit funny because of that, because it's jiggered my shoulder. So now my entire shoulder is really sore. Falling apart at the seams, honestly. Yeah, so I bought some Nurofen anyway, just to mask the pain. And that way I can kind of pretend that I'm not dying slowly but surely. We have, back to the room tour. I'll stop talking utter nonsense. We have a Samsung TV, my nemesis. I'm not a fan of Samsung TVs, as well you will know. I'm Sony through and through. But I have had LG in the past, and the LG TVs have been good. But the Samsung TVs I have had in the past have always broken. Always. Every single one. They were quite affordable, but just a little bit rubbish. So if you have a Samsung TV and it hasn't broken, I am envious because mine all broke. This is a wallet. This is a very, very cool little wallet made by Peak Design. It's got a magnet in, so it sticks to the back of my phone. Let me show you. Ta-da! It's cool, isn't it? Yeah. That's my wallet. I've got nowhere to put cash. So I just have to pay for everything by card, and if something's cash only, I simply can't use it. But it does mean I have a really, really tiny wallet, which is very handy in the summer when you're short of pockets. It is the end of summer now. We are going into autumn. Barry's tea. Barry's tea. It's got to be Northern Irish. I've never seen this anywhere else. It has to be Barry's Gold Blend. Expertly blended, yeah, expertly blended in Ireland. So Irish tea. Got Kenko coffee. And for the flavours, we have cranberry and raspberry. And then I assume green. Not a fan of green tea. Cranberry and raspberry sounds lovely though. And I will probably make myself one of the Barry's teas in the morning. Actually, I might not. I do have breakfast here today. Tomorrow. I'm here for 2 nights. So I've got an event tomorrow in the Wex store in Belfast. And then I'm taking William, who works in there, is one of my promoters. He works in there. We're going to go for some scran afterwards, I think, for a bite to eat. Which should be nice. Probably somewhere in the city centre, I assume. No idea where though. But yeah, so tomorrow should be a good day. And then I'm overnight here again, and then back on the ferry. And a long, long drive the following day. When's that? Friday. So I'll be back home on Friday evening. I can't wait, because I've been away from my cats for less than a day, and I already miss them. I want cat cuddles. I miss my cat cuddles. We have a hairdryer in this drawer, in a nice little bag, and a wardrobe. No doors on the wardrobe. Don't really need them, I suppose. So a ironing board, some coat hangers. I've got my bag there. I'm back on the green Aston Martin bag. I've not used it for a while. I've had this bag since I was a child. My dad used to work for Stratstone, a car dealership in Wilmslow. And Wilmslow, if you know it, in Manchester, is where all the footballers live. Aldley, Edge and Wilmslow, and Altrincham and stuff, and Hale. It's all very bish bosh. Everyone's quite rich there. It's where I'm from. Sadly, I'm not rich, which is why I don't live there anymore. I had to move away because I could probably afford to buy a shed in Altrincham for the price that I've bought an actual house for in Durham instead. So, but I divulge. I digress. Even. Yes, the garage used to sell Aston Martins, and they had a Ferrari and a Porsche garage as well. So we used to come home in Aston Martins all the time, and that is a Aston Martin Owners Club bag, which I assume you got as some kind of free merchandise. And we used to go on all these car days where you'd go and there'd be just gorgeous cars everywhere. Oh, lovely. Aston Martin DB5 is probably my favourite car of all time. If you have seen the old James Bond films, the DB5 is beautiful. But in James Bond it had the ejector seat and the little blades that would come out of the wheels, and it's very cool. So yeah, he'd come home and just random Aston Martins all the time, and we'd go for a spin. It was great. And I still have that bag. It's a very hard wearing bag. So yeah, if you're wealthy and you can afford really good stuff, proof's in the pudding, it lasts. That I've probably been using for about 25 years. Wow. Yeah, I've probably been using that bag for about 25 years. And it's still in fairly good nick, to be perfectly honest. It's got a bit of, I think some of the fabric on the inside is torn. But apart from that, there you go, look, it's got the Aston Martin logo on it. It's beautiful, honestly. It's a really, really nice bag. There we go. I usually start with this, don't I? In the event of a fire, raise the alarm by breaking the glass. The nearest break glass unit, where am I? I am 426 today. So my exits are here and here and here. I've got one just there, which is useful. If I get really desperate, I'll just jump out of the window. But I am on the 4th floor, so that would probably be the last thing I do. It would be a bit of a splat on the Belfast pavement. I'm sure it won't come to that. This is the bathroom. I have one of these snazzy mirrors with the lights all around. Ooh. Oh, hand wash is 0 naturally kind formulation. Oh my goodness. I'm not doing very well tonight. I think I need a good night's sleep. It has no sulfates, no parabens, no whatever on earth that word is, phthalates. It's not got any artificial colours, and it hasn't been tested on animals. Nice. It doesn't say anything about what it smells like. Hopefully it smells nice. We have the same over here, so a shower gel and a shampoo. So yeah, again, 0%, nothing, no really bad things in him, but we don't know what it smells like. I'm sure it's very pleasant. Most shower gels and shampoos smell delightful, really. I could do with one of these. I know these are kind of made for like disabled people and old people, but they're really useful. I might get one of those installed in my bathroom, just like to stop me falling over. I've fallen over in a bath once in a hotel. I literally stepped into it, and it was so slippery. So I stepped into the bath to have a shower. It was empty, and my foot just went whoo, and I flew out backwards and landed on the floor with quite a bang. I was fine, winded a bit. Could have been worse. So yeah, handles could be useful, but then it might be overkill if I've only ever fallen out of the bath once in 40 years of having showers. Help us by turning off all the lights when you leave your room. Here I am doing an ASMR tour, and I've left all the lights on whilst I do it. Towels are soft. That one less so. That's quite rough actually, but I'm sure it will do the job. I've not taken any of my stuff out of my bag yet. The sink's quite fancy. I've always been a fan of these kind of square sinks. I don't know why. I just think they look quite... Let me step back so you can actually see it. I think they look quite smart. There is a non-slip bath mat there. I could always put that in. Although, in fairness, I've fallen over on a non-slip bath mat before as well. I'd obviously not stuck it down properly. And Yeah, I didn't like fall over, but it went, and I went "Ugh," and made noises to that effect. Let me see if I can stand in the corner and give you one last little look. And I think I'll call it quits there because I'm rambling on like nobody's business tonight. So I think I'm ready for bed. It is a very pleasant room. It is smart, it is clean, it is well appointed. There's some eye-catching artwork. I'm a big fan of those little panels either side of the bed. The bed itself is a good size and quite a firm mattress, which is unusual. Hotel mattresses are often, I find, a little bit too squishy, squashy. So now we have a TV, a lovely big round mirror, and Barry's tea. What more? What more could a boy want? There it is. What more could a boy want? A comfortable bed, some nice artwork on the walls, and Barry's tea, and aircon. I've not shown you the aircon unit, but there is aircon, and I'm currently roasting, so I'm going to go and turn it on. I've worn long sleeves and trousers today. I'm in joggers for the long journey because we've had a storm. A storm blew over, so my entire drive today it was chucking it down. Visibility was awful the whole time. Fortunately, it had blown past by the time we actually got on the boat, so the crossing was quite calm. I was a little bit worried that it was going to be quite choppy, but it wasn't. It was quite calm, thank goodness. But the drive was horrible. So I wore appropriate clothes. I've even packed a little gilet down here. I don't know if you can see. I've got my little sleeveless gilet with me. Because the summer is officially over. It is now autumn. We are in September. And it's been piddling it down all day, but it is now very warm. So I'm going to go and put on the aircon and go to bed. Thank you. If you're still watching at this point, thank you so much. I am flabbergasted that anyone actually watches these videos because I just talk utter claptrap the whole time. But well, if you are still here and still listening, I really, really, really appreciate that. Should I do the classic? Drop a little like, subscribe, maybe drop a comment, all that kind of nonsense. If you fancy doing any of that, go for it. That would be great. I know everyone else I watch on YouTube always says the YouTube algorithm really works off comments. So say something witty in the comments down below. You could mention how horrendous my cotton traders jacket is. I've stolen this off my dad. This half of my clothes now. My dad's grown out of them, and I've grown into them, which is worrying. It's a worrying trend. But this used to be my father's. It's absolutely ancient. He has probably had this since the 1980s. But it's really comfortable. I do like it. And it's my favourite colour. Sky blue. Anything sky blue. Love it. You can probably guess why. I don't know. It could be heavily influenced by the fact that I'm a Manchester City fan. So from boyhood, sky blue has always been my favourite colour. And I hate anything red. I'm all about the sky blue stuff. But I think even if football wasn't associated with it, I am happiest when the sky is clear and vibrant blue. Even if it's bitterly cold, If the sky is blue, I'm happy. I'm happy. I think I was saying goodbye, wasn't I? Then I got sidetracked again. Goodness gracious me. I have ADHD medication. It's really good. It's great. It works during the day. But it's designed to wear off kind of in the afternoon. It's designed for the working day, really, or the school day. So I get to the evening and I'm back to my old ways. So I'm very easily distracted and I go off on wild tangents and talk about things that probably no one has any interest in at all. I think I was saying, drop me a like and a subscribe and say something in the little comment at the bottom. But frankly, I very rarely do that when I watch these. I watch ASMR videos, and if I like it in the first couple of minutes, I'll drop a like and a comment. But by the end of it, if it's a good ASMR video, I'll be falling asleep, if not already asleep. So probably not the best. At the end is not the best time to be dropping likes and subscribes and comments, is it? The idea is you'll probably be nodding off by now. Hopefully, if I've done my job well, hopefully you will be fast asleep. And in the land of nod, currently. I'm going to go and turn on the aircon. I'm really hot. Really hot. He's on 33. Who the bloody hell was it? Oh, there we go. 20. Oh, gosh, it's... No way was it 33 degrees in here. Let's turn that down to 18. 33 degrees. No wonder I'm hot. 33 degrees and I'm wearing long sleeves and long trousers. What an idiot. I think because the storm's come across and now it's gone, everything's really wet outside, so it's really humid. So it's made things very, very warm again. So, anyway, I am going to let you go, I promise. Good night, sleep tight, sweet dreams. And hopefully, I will see you again. But for now, from the Leonardo Hotel in Belfast, I bid you adieu.